people only know him by one name, I know him as two. Please welcome Mike Tyson Wilkins.
Wow, Sullivan, you did that last time and I told you not to. Go fuck yourself. Also, in what universe is $2.50 for a slice of pizza a discount? Like, that is an insane inflation. Just before I start here, I think I have a monumental announcement to make. I think I found the Queens black guy. Please give it up for Sakia. Don't let anyone tell you Queens is not diverse. We have one guy. Oh man, Valentine's Day is coming up. Just by a round of applause, who here is going to be single on Valentine's Day? Woo that sadness away. I know the feeling. I too am perpetually single. And Valentine's Day is great because sometimes I just briefly forget that I'm gonna fucking die alone. And it's great because they remind me every single year, just in case I forgot. It's awesome. Now, Valentine's Day is a fucking holiday created by marketing executives in order to sell chocolate at a marked up price and make me feel like shit. Those are the only two purposes of Valentine's Day. But Valentine's Day is great because they're selling it marked up to begin with. They sell it half off the day after. And I am not above buying a fucking lot of chocolate the day after Valentine's Day. I have some next level advanced strategies for it. I will go in on the 12th and I'll hide shit. I will go into the store and I'll hide it to come back the day after and get it discounted. I'm not rooting around in the bargain bin. I'm getting top drawer chocolate 50 off. Fuck you. Oh man. I think that might explain the weight situation. I need to go to the gym. I really need to go to the gym more, and I've been trying. It's hard, but I've noticed something. When I go to the gym, I don't even spend most of my energy there working out. I spend 90% of my energy when I'm at the gym trying to not look like a pervert. Because, really, come on. Nah, attractive guys, good-looking guys at the gym, you don't understand the level of privilege that you have in your life. You're just allowed to show up and do your thing and leave, and it's normal. I can't look at people. It makes them uncomfortable. When I go to the gym and if I'm doing my thing and I just kind of glance over and I'm looking at a girl and she notices I'm looking at her, it looks like she caught a homeless guy masturbating on the bus. It's first of all, she's offended this is even happening within 50 feet of her. And second of all, she really wishes he would stop making eye contact while it was happening. It's not okay. And so I've decided that whenever I need to go to the gym now, I need to give myself an anti-pep talk, kind of talk myself down just to be at an appropriate level. It's okay, nobody wants you to be here. I'm just gonna go in there, 15 minutes, quick in and out, okay? You can go to Tim's after, get a donut and burn it. Remember, no eye contact. You only speak to anyone if you need them to call 911 for you, okay? No other reason. And this is why I love the bench press, because the bench press, you just kind of lay on your back and look at the ceiling, and it's really hard to fuck up and make people nervous around you. The only downside is I don't have friends that I go to the gym with because I don't have friends. And so if I do the bench press, I either need to not work out actually and lift really light stuff, or risk the possibility I'm gonna drop a bar on myself. And now that I think about it, I'd be fine with that. Fuck, what was my next joke? Oh yeah. So my dad's a high school teacher. Both my parents are high school teachers. And that's weird because my dad ended up teaching at the high school that I went to. He's a high school phys ed teacher. And I don't know if you guys know about phys ed in grade 9, if you guys remember, but that's the time when you do health class with sex ed and stuff. And so that's an interesting experience to have with your own father and 23 of your closest friends. I'm pretty sure 13, 14 is a pretty normal age for your dad to give you the sex talk. It's just not often that he asks you to label a diagram of a vagina on an overhead with everyone just kind of looking at you. You think not being able to find the clitoris is embarrassing now? Try then. You're just kind of standing up at the overhead projector and everyone is just staring at you. And you don't know where it is, and they probably do, and they're just judging you the entire time, but they're not saying anything. And it's fuck, this isn't it, and they're just all thinking, that's the labia, you dumbass. I pity the poor woman that lets you anywhere near her. And yeah, and so that's just a very uncomfortable situation to be in. What's also uncomfortable about having your dad as your high school health teacher is that everything turns into a very directed rant. Like, it starts out as a regular kind of lecture thing, and he just ends up talking to you during the course of it. It's like, okay, everybody, condoms are very important to use. You don't want to transmit STIs, you don't want to get unplanned teenage pregnancies, because it not only would like that be very expensive, but if you got an unplanned teenage pregnancy, your parents like might not take that news very well, you know? Might kick you out of the house. Make you drop out of school and get a job to support your new child or something. Might not invite you to the family barbecue that you have every summer if you haven't earned it. You know? We wouldn't want that to happen, would we? Drop before you tap it, son. And I was kind of offended, but mostly I was just kind of, I was proud that my dad thought I could get laid in high school, mostly. I'll take it, honestly, I'll take it. I don't know if you can tell by like how really weird and awkward I am, but I live life on the straight and narrow. I do not dabble with many experimental things in my life. I'm very much a plain white toast, no butter type of guy. And so the only experiences I have taking recreational drugs in my life come from the dentist. I'm serious. So my first experience with any sort of mind-altering substance, I was 9 years old, and my teeth, they're not great now, but they used to be really fucked. And so I needed braces, and they decided that it would be worthwhile to put them on as early as possible. So they were going to pull 3 teeth at 9, my 3 remaining baby teeth. And so I go to the dentist's office, and they start pumping me full of nitrous oxide, and I'm just kind of leaning back, and this is great. It is the premium experience in my life. I was out by 16. They started counting me back at 20. I was gone. And I had the weirdest dream. I was like laying back in a hospital bed, going down a steep highway, just kind of weaving in between cars, like it was Mario Kart or something. And I did this for like, I don't even know how long, and at the very end I crashed and I woke up. And I was at home and I was missing teeth and my mouth was full of gauze and I was bleeding everywhere. And that's a very normal thing if you know you've been to the dentist, but this is why I know I can never like take drugs recreationally ever, because imagine if you did that like now. If you took drugs somewhere and you woke up at home, which is a half-hour drive away, you don't know how you got there. You probably drove yourself. And you are missing teeth. Like, that would be a fucking traumatizing experience, which is why I will never be able to like dabble in any sort of mind-altering substance without professional assistance. So when I heard that I was gonna get my wisdom teeth taken out 2 years ago, I was fucking psyched. Because hell yeah, drugs. And it was the biggest letdown of my entire life. I did not get loopy at all. They just put in local anesthetics inside my mouth. I was still awake. I could like feel them pulling the teeth out, but it didn't hurt. And I was like totally awake the entire time, and I don't think I've been more disappointed in my entire life. Which is why I haven't brushed my teeth in 2 years, because I'm trying to get gingivitis. So that way I can get a root canal and they will put me the fuck under. And if all else fails, I'll just like break my wrist or something for some fentanyl. Anyway, you guys have been absolutely great. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Tyson. Tyson, the only man who was ever excited to get his wisdom teeth out.